welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Alrighty, hello and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. All right, all the fighting is over. The election is done. Now back to sweet peace and harmony. Pets and dogs.
Nice.
Getting along, all kinds of good stuff.
Cats and dogs are all getting along.
Yep. Everybody is kissed and made up, so we're all good again. All whole.
It's great.
Love to hear that.
As well, hold hands, join a circle.
Yeah, we can do that. It's a good way to start it. Should just get that thing going.
Did your church do that when you have to hold hands at the end and you'd sing together and like peace?
There would be moments where you might do a prayer circle or things like that. It wouldn't be during the service or anything like that, but there'd be other little breakaways that you'd have.
Well, you would hold. Like, I remember being at church and you'd always have to at the end speak to people and shake hands that you didn't know, and then you'd also have to grab hands, even if you didn't know them, and sing the hymns together.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've never been in a church that did that.
Oh, was I in a cult?
I don't know where you were, but I've never seen that done before.
Did I grow up in a
I don't know.
cult?
Yeah.
No, some churches do that.
Dad?
Yeah. There's some weird stuff going on out there.
Yeah, I haven't.
I just remember being a little kid and then having to introduce myself to people I didn't know, and I dreaded that. I hated doing that.
Yeah.
As a little kid, hey, I'm Jason.
It's tough. The meeting people, that's standard. That pretty much every church that I've been to, they'd take a moment where it's like, turn and high five somebody or greet him, say hello. That is definite.
Okay.
And occasionally, you'll have the holding of the hands, but I haven't seen that for the hymns.
Gotcha. All
Yeah,
right.
that'd probably be. I'm not a real touchy feely guy like that, so I don't know. It's probably be the last time I stick around for the hymns.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where this person's been. Like, why do I want to hold your hand in church? I don't even know you. Like, we don't need to get down like that.
Well, there's just after you could do it for a minute. I mean, holding through the hymns, if you did that, for instance, you'll go through, or songs, you go through 5 songs. I mean, holding somebody's hand for 5 songs. That'd be, I don't do that with my wife.
I'm good.
I don't think at the one church I'm thinking of, it wouldn't be the whole time, but anytime like a song would come on, you'd grab, a hand. And, till we meet, God be with us till we meet again.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that one?
No, that might be a little bit more Catholic or something. Yeah, I don't know.
It was definitely not a Catholic church.
Huh? Yeah,
It was my dad's church.
Yeah.
Huh,
sure.
Interesting. I just remember I got in trouble in church because I got caught drawing boobs on the the pencil and the pamphlet.
Nobody's shocked.
I was little.
Yeah. Did have a question here. Speaking of church, somebody had said, "Do you still go to Christ Fellowship? I haven't seen you in a while." Yeah, we do. This is Charlene, I guess maybe. Again, words or names I can't pronounce without the phonetics. Yeah, no, we do. What's going on? It's football season, and so my son has lessons and stuff like that he does, and so it's kind of all thrown out of whack. So, yeah, after football season, I'll be back into the groove. But yeah, they have 7-on-7s, the stuff that they play, and they play that on Sunday mornings. So, not godly people, Virginia. So.
I'm in church a lot because Rocco's going to First Communion, so we literally have to go every Sunday because they take attendance.
Oh, okay, wow, yeah.
He can't do First Communion if he misses.
Damn, so they guilt you into you better not.
And when we're out of town, which we have been, you have to send in a picture of Rocco in church.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're not playing.
You never told us this before.
I'm telling you now.
So much we don't know about you.
Yeah, what kind of a mystery?
Yeah.
An enigma.
Yeah.
I also remember, too, at church, there was a few horrifying paintings that really kind of stayed with me.
Jesus on the cross, and Catholic churches have stations of the cross. And so you have like a bunch of really tough things to watch, like the whole crucifixion didn't happen quick.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus was carrying that cross for a while. That looked like bullshit. And he was up on it for a while. That looked like bullshit. Like, and all those stations are depicted in sculpture in a Catholic church. It's pretty upsetting as a kid.
Well, I just remember I was at a funeral, and that's already just depressing because, death. And then you're looking around the church, and there's all of these quite graphic, horrific paintings of what you're talking about. I'm going, I want to get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot for a little kid.
Yeah, I was in my 20s, so
Yeah. The stations you're talking about in Jerusalem, they have those marked off. So,
really?
Yeah, so when you go on the way of the cross, then you'll stop and say, this is where, You'll find that when you go to Israel, you'll find that they've kind of probably thrown Hail Marys on what actually happened.
Oh, really?
Pun intended.
Pun intended. I see your pun.
It's like, you see it and you're like,
feel uneasy.
well, I'm just like, you hate to be there and be like, bullshit. But
I see what you're saying.
I mean, when, you know me, History Kev.
Right.
Kind of delving down deep, and I'm like, I don't know. I think they might be reaching on this one.
You sound like me.
It's for tourism.
Right, and that's
cute,
what it's
and
about.
Yeah.
It's they can get more money out of you if they jazz it up.
Well, some people are just, they're drinking it all in. And, a lot of people don't question when a religious person tells you something. They're just like, oh, okay, this has got to be it. But yeah, and look, it really honestly doesn't matter. I mean, this is exactly where this happened. They really don't know, but it's more of just, okay, that's the concept of it.
I do remember that
spirituality of
being a younger kid, and I do think things have gotten way looser, at least more flexible. You weren't really allowed to ask questions or too many questions, because if you did, you got adults pissed off. And as a little kid, I always thought that was weird. Why certain questions were, and they'd give you an answer, and you kind of want to push back on the answer. And not to be a dick, I was legitimately curious of what was going on, but they'd get annoyed if you questioned.
Yeah.
Not everybody, but a lot of adults I remember kind of, shut up, kid, you're asking too many questions.
Yeah. No.
Because they don't know the answer.
Exactly.
Because none of us do, because none of us were there. You're just relying on some dude who wrote a book and a Bible, and you have to just say, okay, I hope what he wrote was right.
Well, just even about death, I remember the one thing as a little kid I had a really tough time with was either, well, that was the purpose, or that's just the way it was supposed to be, or it was their time. And I go, well, or it's in God, that was God's plans. And I'd go, it was in God's plans for the one girl to be tied up to a tree and murdered and left. And I'd push them on those kind of things. And they didn't like that.
Yeah, and that's a problem. I am not comfortable being in a church where they cannot defend their faith. It should be the most important thing to you, and you should be able to defend it. If somebody comes at you about it and why you think this and why you think that, I believe you should be able to justify it. Look, if you're basing your entire life off of a belief, you should know it inside and out, and you should be able to justify how you feel the way you feel and why. And if you don't like to be challenged on it, then you might want to ask yourself, be like, do I believe in the right thing?
And I swear to you, when I was younger asking those kind of questions, I was not trying to be a sassy cat. I
You were
really
just
wanted
curious.
Yeah.
Quite curious.
You're still a curious boy.
Very.
Yeah, that's the way I feel it should be. To me, look, if anybody wants to come at me about anything I believe, I'll tell you what I believe and why and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've gone through that, and I've had people that give you pushback and be like, it's disrespectful. I disagree. I think it is the right thing to do, that you question your faith inside and out, and you've got to search for the answers. And look, there are still some things that you're not going to know everything inside and out. I think there's always going to be a disconnect. Well, a little bit of it's faith, and
that's what faith is.
A lot of it is just also saying, you know what, I don't have the answer for that. I hope one day I do.
See, I think it's okay when somebody, especially if you're in a leadership position, it's okay sometimes to say, I don't know.
Yeah.
That makes me respect you, to be quite, instead of you giving me a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah,
I
or making you
agree.
feel bad for asking the question.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You
That's not
shouldn't
the way
feel
to handle
bad
it.
for asking the question. And if the person doesn't know the answer, they shouldn't feel bad either.
Of course.
We're on this journey together. None of us know what the hell's going on.
I think a sign of a healthy leader, if you really do not know, go, look, I do not know, and I'm going to find out.
Because we've had leaders that have just made shit up, and you can tell they're bullshitting. And you're like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah.
You can
spot.
You can sometimes tell.
They're just talking because they want to fill air and answer your question, and they don't know what the shit they're talking about.
Well, humans we're always afraid to look stupid. Our ego is so big. So if we don't know something, or I might not have the answer. Some people have a tough time with that.
Mm-hmm.
I have a tough time with people that lie and make shit up and then just like think that you're going to believe them because they're in charge.
But I do find it all, I'm quite interested in all of that stuff.
Well, now it is different. When I was a kid, you went to church out of obligation, and that's what people did, and you didn't question things. Now the church attendance is down. A lot of churches are struggling to stay open. I think that if you are going to be a part of the faith and you're going to work and walk in it, that you really need to know your stuff, and you need to be able to talk and reach out to people and be able to defend your faith and explain it to people as best as you can.
On both sides, too, people who don't believe in anything or don't believe in what you believe in, they shouldn't be dicks to you for believing what you believe. Everyone's got to be #be cool.
No, I'm always very intrigued. I love talking to people that have different beliefs than I do to find out why they believe that way. And when you have somebody that really understands their faith and why they believe what they believe, it's always very fascinating. It usually shapes how I feel about things.
It's a big old world with a lot of people out there, and I've only been to a sea hair of it. What the hell do I know? I don't have the answers.
What's a sea hair?
Well, I've said that word before in the podcast. Some people don't like it.
It's an edgy word. It should be used sparingly, but there are some people that have earned it, and I will give it to them.
I don't think. I mean, I think we are said a little too. I don't know. I'm weird when it comes to language, unless it's a hate word. I mean, saying the C word doesn't really. You don't say it in front of kids or anything.
No.
Or your bosses.
But some people have earned it, and you should give it to them.
Yep. GWB said, let's bring back the Godcast maybe one of these days.
I would listen to that shit.
Well, that's what it was all about. It was about questioning all the stuff you weren't supposed to.
What?
I would listen to that shit.
In fact, I might take that as my opening line. That's what it'll say on the front, the artwork. Godcast, I listen to that shit.
Well, I can't be a spiritual pirate?
It's fun. Mm-hmm. It's just a funny juxtaposition.
Some people, are rough around the edges, but they still want to learn.
It's all right. God loves you anyway. Got Gina here. She sent an email and her ballot, who she voted for. You go down and you see Trump, Harris, Chase Oliver, Claudia De La Cruz, Randall Terry. She didn't vote for any of them. She instead wrote in Bigfoot. That's who she officially voted for President of the United States. Bigfoot.
My husband said he was going to write in Kevin Rolston.
Oh, okay.
I was going to get cute on one of them, and I said, you know what? I don't know the rules on this shit. I don't know if they're going to tackle me.
They tackle you because you write in Kevin Rolston.
Some shit. I don't know what's illegal these days. I don't know if you can fuck around with the voting.
Do you make a list?
Exactly. Do they throw me out in the dumpster like they did to Kevin?
Yeah, am I going to get walked into a back alley?
Again.
They should have thrown my ass in a dumpster. I went in there like a 90-year-old man. What do I do? Wait, what? Where?
Yeah.
Walking into shit, handing people the wrong shit. Mm-hmm. Like, no, dude, you put it over there.
Mm-hmm. And Doug said, I heard you guys talking about JFK and Marilyn Monroe and their affair yesterday, wondering if other presidents had had such liaisons. Many did. Lyndon Johnson was known for many. He called his penis Jumbo.
Okay.
I remember that. There's stories about he would just whip his dick out on the, right on the desk, just throw it right out on the table.
And that's how you know.
He'd just, drop it.
He must have had a hog.
Yes. Well, I mean, they call it Jumbo. You don't, you're not going to have a tiny dick and you're going to call it Jumbo. Thomas Jefferson was accused of having a long-term affair with his slave Sally Hennings after his wife died. Absolutely. Grover Cleveland had an affair with a woman named Maria Halpin, who had his child, and Warren Harding had multiple affairs in the White House with Nan Britton, who had his daughter Elizabeth Ann, and another woman named Carrie Fulton. Yeah, okay, so a long list of it. Lots of extra liaisons.
And I'm not even sure how accurate this is, so forgive me if I'm wrong, but I was watching a documentary. They said old Abe gave Mary Todd the Clements back in the day and felt very guilty after. Was distraught over it.
Okay. There's a rumor, too, that she was actually a beard, that he never tapped that at all, that he was gay.
There's
He would sleep with men.
There's a few rumors about Lincoln. They said they were quite sad people, too. I think they lost their son.
They did, yeah.
And they took that very hard. That's,
Yeah, so he obviously hit it at least once because they didn't have IVF back then.
No.
Or somebody else did, but I think it was his. Yeah, it was kind of odd. In fact, I've read that there were a lot of people that would share beds kind of back in the day. It wasn't like where we are now in our society where we have multiple rooms, multiple beds, that a lot of times you would just have one bed. And so you might go and actually stay in an inn and they would have one bed. And you would be laying in bed with multiple people, not knowing what kind of hygiene they had and the such. You ever heard that there's a saying that has to do with strange bedfellows? That's where it comes from, is that you would sometimes wind up in bed with a freaking weirdo.
Yeah.
And that was it. And so
imagine that.
Yeah, they were saying in that era too that, I don't know if they were getting it on, but yeah, Abraham Lincoln was known to sleep with a lot of different men.
That's exactly the shit that happened to Willy Wonka. Grandpa fucking Joe in the bed with everybody else, faking his illness, not being able to walk. And then all of a sudden, Charlie Bucket gets the golden ticket. And then Grandpa Joe pops out of bed, doing a little dance.
Was Grandpa Joe in bed with other strangers?
He was.
He was lying on a bed of lies.
Grandpa Joe was with his wife, and then they shared a bed with two other old people, which was, I believe, the other grandpas or the other.
Oh, yeah.
And it was, but yeah, Grandpa Joe was a fucking faker, man.
Damn,
He faked that shit. He
I
was
had no
lazy. He didn't want to do
idea.
anything.
All right.
Sorry.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. It reminded me of Wonka.
Yeah. Got an interesting visual to see here that Jennifer sent. She said, have you seen the video of Sabrina Carpenter next to Taylor Swift when they performed together over the weekend? My gosh, it doesn't even look real. Sabrina Carpenter, she looks like she's about a third of the height of Taylor Swift. And it is an odd thing. I guess I've never really looked at it, but when you look at the video, it almost looks fake. Sabrina Carpenter maybe comes up to Taylor Swift's shoulder, maybe.
And she got heels on. So does Taylor.
I was talking to Big Time Tommy at the Feast of Little Italy, and Big Time Tommy was in the Please, Please, Please video with Sabrina Carpenter. He plays the mafia mob boss with the big cigar. And he was telling me she is a tiny little thing, so petite, so cute, so sweet, and so wonderful to work with.
Seems adorable, yeah.
She is lovely to look at.
She's 5 foot tall. Taylor Swift is 5'10".
That explains it then.
Yeah, so that's 10 inches of difference there. So that is legit. That's not a fake video.
It's kind of like Lyndon Johnson's hog.
Yeah.
10 inches.
LBJ.
Might have been more.
I heard he just really like to bring that thing out.
Yeah.
Is there any picture or photo of it?
I've never seen. I don't know it was ever captured on film.
Too bad.
And isn't he the one, too, that also take dumps with the door open and almost kind of
Feels like it.
Oh,
yeah.
he's a full-on Neanderthal.
Yeah, I think it was a thing of power. Again, I'm throwing my Jay Bird. They might be right facts about presidents.
Am I close?
Am I close? I'm not sure about the dumps or Abe Lincoln's Clements.
Or if Abe Lincoln was gay. That was kind of an exciting revelation.
Yeah, there's a lot of fascinating little things like that. Got some other people sending us in their names to see if we could pronounce them correctly. One name is Milana. How would you pronounce that name?
Melania.
Okay, what do you think, Bird?
Milan.
It's a Milana. Milana.
Milana.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, also, you got a last name, Bloedoorn.
Do it again.
Bloedoorn. And I guess that is Bluedorn, would be how you'd say the last name. Okay. Yeah, so interesting stuff there. Yeah, please kind of did that just because I do get a lot of emails where people just send the name spelled in a different way, and then I butcher it, and they get so pissed. And
Especially if it's a birthday.
Yes, and that's what it is. And I apologize. I'm not trying to do it, but yeah, there's so many names that have odd pronunciations and spellings these days that I have no idea how to read it.
Dennys got yelled at the other day for Kevin not saying someone's birthday, but Kevin did say someone's birthday. And Dennys even sent them the audio. Go, well, here's Kevin saying the birthday. Like, well, I didn't hear it. So they yelled at Dennys about Kevin, and then Dennys
And they were
said-
wrong?
They were so wrong and still salty.
What a douche. I mean, you are just the definition of dickhead.
They were so, because I saw the email. They go, Dennys put down the bong. I sent him the birthday. And Dennys is like, what the fuck? So he goes back, and sure as shit, we have the audio, set the file. Well, okay, all right, whatever.
Where's the apology, dickface?
They won't give it.
Oh,
Will
my
not.
God. People.
Ego. They look
Ego.
stupid.
If you make an apology to somebody, all is forgiven. We can move on.
Totally.
If you double down with salty dickness,
Double down
Denny
and-
should have told him to suck his D.
Two-tone D.
Suck my two-tone D.
Suck
Just down to the brown.
That's so awesome.
I forgot about that little fact.
Every now and then, Dennys get a little sassy. I was telling him about something someone sent me. And he's like, fuck that guy. Tell him to suck your ass. Or no, I think he could tell him to eat your ass.
Yeah,
Eat my ass.
You eat an ass, yeah.
Like, I like it, Big D.
I like it.
Joanne said, I'm dying laughing listening to Denny's hawk story from yesterday. If you missed it, he was out there trying to fend off a hawk that looked like it was going after his cats. And she says, yeah, they would 100% take a cat. We have chickens, and one day I heard a crazy-ass sound from their area, and our rooster had just started mating the ladies, and with high teenage-like testosterone and not much skill yet, sometimes he did startle them when he'd mount them, and they'd make crazy noises. Thinking it was that, I looked just to check, and I thought it was just him on the hen. It didn't end quickly like it should, though. Roosters are pretty quick to get in and get out, so I got closer, and the rooster was actually on top of a hawk that was on top of a hen.
Oh, my.
He was attacking the shit out of that huge hawk. When he saw me running down screaming, cawing, and flapping my arms like a psycho, he got off the hawk. The hawk tried to take flight with the hen in its claws, but I got into the chicken run, and he got spooked and dropped her after flying low for a few feet.
Wow.
Luckily, she wasn't hurt, but it was quite a sight to see.
Homie, I did such a deep dive on hawks yesterday.
Okay.
And did not realize how many people get attacked by them.
Dirty birds.
They really do. They will go after son of a bitches left and right. There's a ton of news reports of hawks coming down and trying to scratch and claw.
Really?
Yeah, they will.
Full-grown adults or just kids?
Full-grown adults. There was a guy, he was
What?
bald and walking, and the thing came down on his head. He had a big old scar on it. There was a
Dang.
news report. Yeah.
That's horrifying.
And then I was talking to Dennys. He goes, yeah, man, falcons will fuck you up, too.
Falcon Falcon is in the movie Secret Life of Pets.
But
Have you watched that?
no.
That's
'cause
one of those movies I told you to watch and you never watched it.
I don't know, dog. It's tough for me to watch shit about animals and pets and stuff.
It's
I know I sound
happy.
like a puss. All right, I'm not.
It's a good movie. It's a cartoon.
Okay, dude, cartoons are fucking sad,
There's
man.
a falcon in it.
You told me the premise about it. It's about dogs and they feel all sad when they're left alone.
No, that's not the premise. They have fun when they're left alone sometimes. These go on adventures. They fucking tear up the town.
I'll make a deal with you.
Yeah?
I will watch that movie if you watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, fuck that. You can eat my ass. Thanks for that new one, Dennys.
Tell that guy to eat your ass. So vulgar.
I am not watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That would break you.
It would. I couldn't handle
I
it.
will watch Secret Life of Pets. I will be a little
It's
bitch.
so good. You're
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
love
like
it.
I'll watch it.
It's adorable.
Jeremy sent an email. He said, what is going on with the Airbnb that Kevin is going to?
Yes, tell us your full itinerary.
Yeah, I am not sure. I think we're staying at a different place that we have set up now. So all the accommodations, I don't know. This is going to be for the...
Week of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, this will be the night of the, I guess, 22nd. We're going to be going to Gainesville, staying there for the Florida Ole Miss game on Saturday.
Nice.
So it's going to be nice. So if there's anybody going up to that game, we'll be up there on that Friday night. And then on Saturday is the tailgating and all that. So we'll hopefully be going around tailgating before the game.
Are you going there just because you just love college football, or?
What we're doing is we're going to be taking a family road trip. We did this, I don't know, maybe it's 2018, somewhere around there, about 6 years ago. It was amazing. We went up, and it was when my son was at University of Michigan, so probably 2018 maybe we did this, 2019. And what we do is we only go about 3-4 hours. We stop at a different place, and we try to do it so, because my son can and loves sports, basketball and football. And we go to different cities, and he gets to go to a game.
I love it.
Yeah, and then we just kind of road trip. And so, yeah, our itinerary takes us all over the place. It's insane how many games we're going to in that time. So it's a lot of fun. It's really about the only time, just as a family, that we really get to all kind of hang out. And, you make memories and do all that kind of stuff. And we're getting to, the kids are getting to the point in their life where it's not going to be able to happen much anymore.
Didn't you all do that for spring training one year?
Kind of, yeah. We did that when Kim was pregnant with Cannon, so it was 16 years ago. We went and hit about 4 or 5 different places. So that was kind of the first thought about, we hit a game here, went to Port St. Lucie, went over to the West Coast and saw as many games, took in about 3 games over there.
I love that. I want to do what you did, but I want to do it for pizza instead of football games.
Oh, that'd be fun.
It's a fun thing, yeah. So, the way we do it, I mean, we're going all the way up through, we're going to be through Detroit and then back down through
So you're going to start
Ohio.
in Gainesville.
Yep. We go from Gainesville to the Florida Ole Miss game. On Sunday, we then go to Charlotte for the Panthers-Chiefs game.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we go to Atlanta for a basketball game, Hawks-Mavericks. Then we go to Lexington, Kentucky for a University of Kentucky game on Tuesday. Then we go to Indianapolis for a Pacers-Trailblazers game. Then on Thanksgiving, we'll be at the Bears-Lions game in Detroit. Then we go to Ohio State on Friday night for a basketball game. Saturday's Ohio State, Michigan. And then on Sunday, we see the Steelers-Bengals, and then we come home.
How hard?
Will you see your dad when you're in Ohio?
Yeah. We're going to go and pop by and see him and probably go out to lunch and hang out. See him for a good 3 hours or so.
That's beautiful.
How hard is it?
What are we talking about?
Your football boner.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, it
think-
sounded like you're talking about something like that. Yeah. It's big.
I think it's
very
raging.
hard. Oh, yeah, it's raging. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
That will be fun.
Yeah, it's cool. And every city is only about 3 to 4 hours apart. So it may sound like, oh my gosh, that's just crazy driving. It's really not, because each day you just tackle 3 to 4 hours and you stop, go to a game, hang out, bar hop.
What is the vehicle you are doing all this in?
Renting a Sprinter van.
Is it tricked out to sleep in it?
Yeah. Well, we're going to be staying at places, but it's got kind of like couches. It's got a TV in it, that kind of stuff. So it'll be good for tailgating. Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's going to be nice. Yeah, we don't do this often, and we save up like crazy for this. So, and we're not going to go, not everybody's going to every game. Cannon will go to every game, but just to kind of keep the ticket prices down.
Kevin will go to every game.
No.
You won't?
No. Caitlin will probably go into a few games. Kim will probably go in.
Why do you have to ask so many fucking questions?
Yeah, because I want everybody else to get a chance.
Is he on the stand?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go to the Ohio State Michigan game, and the
Fuck
ones
you.
that are
Why
big.
don't you eat my ass?
Yeah,
You'd hate it.
I would hate it.
Yeah.
It would be awful.
You ain't got the right temperament for the trade.
I do not. I would be so sad if he had to eat my ass.
Oh my God, not me. I'm saying just in general, you wouldn't like that act.
I wouldn't like it, but especially if it was you.
I
It'd
would
be weird.
Yeah, it's gotten very weird.
So yeah, but I'll be documenting the trip and let y'all know where we're going to be, and like I said, if everybody's going to be up there, we'd love
I
to
mean,
hang out.
I love the. I need all the deets. I need the videos. I need the Insta story.
Yep. It's
Give
gonna
it
be
to
fun.
me. Give it to me.
Connor had said, can we get a Suits update? I don't get to listen all the time, so I may have missed it. Just wondering how he's doing.
Let me pull up my last text with him.
Yeah, you'd said he's in Philly doing well. He's learning how to actually drive the train.
Yes. So he said, tell everyone I'm doing good. I'm having lots of fun. It's a lot of hours, but it goes by fast. And he said the place is about drama every day. Every day there's some dumb passenger stories that are awesome. So I told him to compile his best stories so when he comes on to sing Christmas shoes at Christmas time, he can tell us the craziest passenger stories. He said, yeah, passengers are fucking nuts, but I'm having great stories. And he had to throw somebody physically off the train last week.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Suits fucking running security on a train. I never imagined it.
Suits.
He's got to bring out his inner Jimmy Dankman. If he does that, he's good.
Jimmy Dankman was a hard ass.
Suits can act like a psycho
Yeah, okay.
if you wanted to.
Well, there was like a few hours a few weeks ago when there was an accident up in New Jersey on the New Jersey Transit. Remember, an engineer got killed driving the train? And I was freaking out because I guess I forgot. He didn't work for New Jersey Transit. He works for Pennsylvania Transit. But we were like worried that something had happened to him. So
I feel like a train, if you going somewhere cozy and time wasn't that big of a deal, like a fun train ride to a nice destination would be very fun. Have you ever done a train?
oh, I love a train. I'm all about a train.
And can you sleep well on that thing?
I can sleep like a baby.
I feel like that you might be able to sleep better on a train. I can't sleep in a car like you,
Right.
Kev, and I can't really sleep on a plane, but I wonder if I could sleep on a train.
Well, if they had a bed. Some do. Some have what they call them berths. So some of them, you get a little cabin to sleep in. And if they did that, maybe could do that.
Suits says, okay, I'm making a lot more money, but I'm on call 24 hours a day, 6 days a week. Usually I expect to do 10 to 13-hour shifts when I'm driving, so it's kind of hard. Once January hits, I get back to a normal schedule, and then I can start thinking about having a social life again. It's not really a hard job. You spend a lot of time getting paid to sit on your ass. I'm in the crew room right now watching TV. Ha, ha, ha. I'm on work as assigned today. I will work 2 trains for about 3 hours or so, but I've been on shift since 1. I'm basically getting 11 hours of pay for 3 hours of work.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is cool.
That's the complete opposite
Right?
of radio.
Oh, my God. You're happy? That's the complete opposite of radio.
Yeah, and it doesn't sound ultimately stressful, other than maybe dealing with a couple of contentious people here and there.
Or just so
Right.
you just driving into a mountain or something.
Yeah, I think you're pretty good. You stay on the tracks, right?
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, if there's a rock on the track that shoots you into a mountain.
That's what happened to that engineer that died in New Jersey. There was a tree trunk that had fallen over on the tracks, and the tree, when the train hit it, projectiled in to the little cockpit, killed the driver.
That was my fault, Kevin.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Got it right there.
I'll take that depression stat. That one's on me. I led her to the water.
She was happy you opened the door, though.
Oh, I saw her light up.
Couldn't wait, yeah.
It's like, oh, I got to tell you the details.
Here we go.
Because I thought that was Suits for like 30 minutes. When he wasn't texting me back, I was freaking out.
Okay.
But he's fine.
Well, thank goodness.
Yeah.
So Suits is doing well. And
He's
loving
very
life.
happy. And then in January, his schedule will slow down. I do think we should have him come on to sing Christmas shoes at the holidays.
Love to. So such a great tradition. Now people want to know how his mom's doing.
She's doing good. They're living together.
Okay.
I'm hearing that she's doing great too and loves it, is happy up there.
Okay.
So that's good.
All right. Well, there you go. The nice little happy ending for Suits. Love to hear that. Okay. Well, there you go. All righty. Well, hopefully you all have had a lovely day here today. We got another round in us tomorrow. Can you believe we're already at Thursday?
Shit.
Yeah,
Shit.
baby. I know,
That's
huh?
a good thing.
That's a great thing. All right. So we'll see you back here then. Goodbye.